What happens when a country music superstar walks into the lion's den of daytime, television, and refuses to back down from one of the most outspoken hosts in America? The answer is an explosive confrontation that left an entire studio audience stunned and a television show in complete chaos. Blake Shelton walked onto The View set that morning with his trademark confident swagger, tipping his cowboy hat to the cheering audience. The country music legend had been invited to discuss his latest album and upcoming tours. What seemed like a routine promotional appearance. But Joy Behar had other plans. Well, look who decided to grace us with his presence, Joy said with that razor-sharp smile of hers as Blake settled into the guest chair. Blake Shelton, the voice of rural America. Or should I say, the voice of a very specific part of rural America. Blake's smile never wavered, but his eyes narrowed slightly. Good morning to you too, Joy. Always a pleasure to be here with you lovely ladies. Oh, cut the charm offensive. Blake, Joy shot back, leaning forward in her chair. Let's talk about your recent comments about small-town values. You seem to think that living in a small town automatically makes someone more moral, more patriotic than the rest of us city dwellers. The other hosts exchanged glances, sensing the tension building. Whoopi Goldberg tried to intervene with a gentle redirect, but Joy was just getting started. I never said that, Joy, Blake replied, his Oklahoma drawl becoming more pronounced. What I said was that small towns teach you certain values. Community, helping your neighbors, working hard for what you have. I didn't say anything about being better than anyone else. Oh, please, Joy waved her hand dismissively. That's exactly what you implied. You country music stars love to paint yourselves as the real Americans, while the rest of us are what? Fake Americans? We're just as American as you are, Blake. Blake's jaw tightened, but he kept his composure. Joy, I think you're putting words in my mouth that I never said. I respect people from all walks of life, whether they're from New York City or from a town with 3,000 people. Do you, though? Joy pressed on, her voice rising. Because your music, your whole persona, it's built on this idea that real America is somewhere out there in the heartland. Places like New York, places like where I grew up, somehow don't count. The audience was dead silent now. You know what bothers me most about this whole small-town superiority complex? Joy continued, gesturing. It's that you get to sit there and judge the rest of us while making millions of dollars, singing about pickup trucks and dirt roads. You've been living in Hollywood and Nashville for decades. Blake, when's the last time you actually lived in one of these small towns you're always singing about? Blake's relaxed demeanor began to shift. Joy, I may live in Nashville now, but I haven't forgotten where I come from. I was raised in Ada, Oklahoma, population 12,000. My dad worked construction. My mom owned a beauty shop. I know what it's like to grow up in a place where everybody knows everybody. And now you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, Joy shot back. You've got mansions, private jets, the whole 9 yards. Don't you think it's a little disingenuous to keep playing this common man card? Blake's smile finally cracked. Just because someone becomes successful doesn't mean they forget their roots. I've been blessed, absolutely. But that doesn't change who I am. I'm proud of where I come from. Proud enough to exploit it for profit, Joy retorted. Your whole brand is built on this mythology of simple country folk versus sophisticated city people. It's divisive, Blake, and frankly, it's getting old. Blake's voice rose. Exploit it? Joy, I write and sing about my life, my experiences, the people I grew up with. That's not exploitation. That's authenticity. And if you can't tell the difference, maybe that says more about you than me. Joy's eyes flashed. Authenticity? You're about as authentic as a $3 bill. You're a manufactured product, just like every other country star churned out by the Nashville machine. Blake stood slowly, towering over the panel. You know what, Joy? I've sat here and taken your shots because I respect this show and most of the people on it. But I'm not going to sit here and let you attack my character and integrity. Oh, did I strike a nerve? Joy taunted. The truth hurts, doesn't it, Blake? The truth, Blake said coldly, is that you've been sitting behind this desk for years throwing stones at people. You tear them down, mock anyone who disagrees with you, and call it entertainment. Joy fired back. I call it honesty, something you might want to try sometime. Honesty would be admitting you made up your mind about me before I even walked in. You don't want a conversation. You want a fight. Maybe I do, Joy said. Maybe it's time someone called you out. Blake looked disappointed. You sit there criticizing people you've never met, talking about small towns like they're a joke, like the people who live there are beneath you. I never said they were beneath me. I said your portrayal of them is fake. I didn't read about it in a book. I lived it. My hometown had factory closures, poverty, kids moving away, but they still look out for each other. They still have heart. And they still vote for politicians who keep them struggling, Joy said. There it is, Blake pointed. You think you know better than everyone else, that you can sit in your New York studio and tell people how to think, how to live, how to vote. Joy's voice was shrill. Someone has to tell them the truth. Blake, someone has to point out when they're being manipulated by people like you. Blake's laugh was bitter. I've never told anyone how to vote. I sing about my life. If that threatens you, maybe ask yourself why. It doesn't threaten me. It disgusts me. You mock people who love their country, who honor veterans. What's fake about that? Oh, don't you dare question my patriotism, Joy snapped. I'm not, Blake said. I'm questioning why you treat patriotism like it's something to be ashamed of. Joy stood. I've been fighting for this country's values longer than you've been alive. By tearing people down? By mocking tradition? You act like half the country is too stupid to think. I don't think they're stupid, Joy said. I think they're being lied to by people like you. Joy, I sing about simple joys, family, faith, hope, love. They're worthless when they keep people from demanding better. And who decides what's better? You? Joy slammed her hand on the table. Not when they're being manipulated by celebrity millionaires. Blake stood still, took off his cowboy hat. You're absolutely right, I am a millionaire. But I've never pretended to be anything else. Can you say the same? Joy went pale. What's that supposed to mean? Maybe before you lecture others on authenticity, you should take a long look in the mirror. Joy's face flushed. How dare you come onto my show and attack me personally? This is The View, not the Joy Behar Show. I'm responding to your personal attacks. Joy's voice rose again. I inform people. I educate them. I help them understand the world. And what's wrong with helping people forget their troubles for a while? Blake asked. Is that so bad? While Joy ranted about reality and responsibility, Blake calmly walked to the edge of the set. Where are you going? She demanded. We're done here, Blake said. You've made it clear you're not interested in discussion, just destruction. You owe it to the American people to stop feeding them this small-town mythology. Joy shouted. Stop pretending ignorance is bliss. And there it is again, Blake said, turning back one final time. You just called millions of Americans ignorant. I didn't mean, Joy protested weakly. Yes, you did, Blake said. And that tells me everything I need to know. He turned and walked off the set, leaving Joy standing alone, visibly shaken. The studio was silent. Security moved in. The producers scrambled. The confrontation had lasted under 20 minutes, but it would be remembered for years to come.